Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and add materials to the terrain, and to do that we'll have to go in the painting mode, and we'll do a base texture to get this started. So we're going to go into the terrain mode, and we've got a height map. We're going to right click on there, and we're going to go to create, and we're going to create a new terrain setup layer with material auto create. So what we're going to do here to do that is we're going to have to open up our content browser, and I already made some materials, so I made a materials folder. Just click on the plus, create private collection, and I renamed that materials, and I just dragged and dropped all my materials. So all I have to do now is go through here and pick the materials that I want, and the one I'm going to use for this particular example is we want to have something that's just basically grass. So I'm going to click on this, highlight that, right click over this area here and click on new terrain, setup layer from material. And that is basically going to give me the ground texture for the entire scene. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of these. So you can see that I've got a terrain material and terrain layer set up, and it created a new package for me. So I'm going to click on UDK game, click on my materials again, and I am going to click on my second material, which is going to be Castle Rock, Castle Rock. And right click over this and click on new terrain setup material, so I'm going to click on that. That's going to be my Castle Rock. And I'm going to go back to UDK game and open my materials, and now I'm going to do a pathway. You can pick a dirt material if you want to, or you can pick a cobblestone, or any of the two. So I'm going to click on the cobblestone, right click over here, and in the gray area click on new terrain setup layer, and then I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to do the dirt material. So I'm going to click on the dark one, and right click over the dark area, and do one more. There we go. So now you can see that with this one, and it takes a while for it to fully load. If I click on that, it doesn't open up right away. It takes a while, quite a long time. Sometimes I have to turn this on and off, kind of to get this thing to work. Go ahead and close this. Alright, so what we want to do is now make sure we have our paint on, and then we have to have our brush set up. I'm going to click on Castle Rock here, there we go, and it's selected now. That's Groundmaster. It's finally opened up. Open this up. Okay, and this is Castle Rock. Now, this will be the mountains. So I'm going to go ahead in here, and it has taken a long time. And I'm going to hold down the control key. Now we're in the paint mode. So you can see that we're actually painting now the rocks. And I'm going to add strength down just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and add those rocks. As you can see, changing my elevation, if I go up a little too high, I'm just painting right on the tops of the mountains. Okay, so we got a texture for that. Alright. You can always click on one of these and delete it if you'd like, or move them forward or backwards. So let's go ahead and move in a little bit closer to our scene, and we're going to add a cobblestone trail, and I'm going to make my radius come down just quite a bit here. Okay. There we go. So there's my cobble. I got to make sure that's highlighted. Hold down the control key, and now I'm able to paint my trails. And I probably want to make that Control Z that back. There we go. And I want to make the strength a little bit higher and the radius a little bit smaller. There we go. And now you can see my trail. There we go. I'm going to move this to the side while I'm painting. And that's how you can make your trails. It's pretty cool. Okay, and then I've got my dirt. Click on my dirt, and this is kind of a, if you get too many layers here, it might have an issue or a problem with the painting. But I'm going to turn the strength down a little bit so it kind of blends in, so I can add some dirt to the trail a little bit. Make it look old. I'm just kind of building on top of this. Can have a muddy little area here. Just kind of breaking that trail up a little bit. So it's not perfect. And a lot of times I'll bring the radius up quite a bit. Do some big spots, just kind of darken things up a little bit, so they're not perfect. Alright, and bring this down a little bit. Add another. Let's go into my materials and add this grass plane, or let's see if we can get some more, a better rock texture. There we go, that's a better rock texture, I think. And add that down here. There you go. Click on that one. And let's get back to UDK game and the materials. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now I can paint that over here. And whoops. Let's close that. And we're going to go ahead and move it a little bit closer, and let's go ahead and make the radius a little bit smaller. Paint on the rocks here. Oh. That's selected. There we go. And I'm painting on the rocks there. Different color. And having two different rock textures isn't too bad. Break things up a little bit. And you just have to test this out and see if you like it. If it's what you want. If it's working okay for you. Okay, when you're all done, go ahead and close that. And now we're ready to test the scene. And see if that looks pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and play from here. There we go. And kind of start off here, and you can see the difference in the brick a little bit. The dark areas kind of break it up a little bit. You can follow the trails. The breaks in the texture make things look a little bit more interesting. Okay, I'm going to go, and this may take some time. Let's go ahead and look at the mountains a little bit, see how they look. Okay. Alright, so you can see that grass it's repeated, but it doesn't look too bad. And since we got some wide open spaces, you can put some trees in here. That'll break things up a little bit. Right, that's how you paint in UDK, and that's it for now. And we'll have a next video will be on adding boulders and stuff like that.